Welcome back. New this morning, Jeffrey Glover is used to breaking barriers. Not only was he Tempe's first black police chief, he was also the first African-American person to lead one of Arizona's largest law enforcement agencies, DPS. Recently, I sat down with him to talk about this impact here, how his childhood has shaped his career, and how he's reaching out to other communities of color. Splitting his time between Maryvale and Compton, just outside L.A. That's how DPS Colonel Jeffrey Glover spent his childhood. How would you say your upbringing and your childhood got you to where you are now?
Being able to, have that both sides of the coin where, you've grown up in different neighborhoods and had an understanding of people's struggles, but then also getting involved in policing and understanding that, there's a lot of nuances to this job, but there is a lot that can be given back in terms of compassion and kindness and being able to understand people and meeting them where they're at. That is something that I think that I have been pretty good at throughout my career, being able to understand where, people are struggling and then being able to lead them down the right path to the resources that's needed.
There are people in this community, especially members of our black and brown communities, who don't feel like law enforcement always understands them. What would your message be to those communities?
Reach out, have conversation. I think that what they'll find is that we lean into those conversations. If they have concerns about different things, we're open to being able to share our experience, but then also to give feedback. But we want to hear from them because they're living that experience. But research shows there's more work to do. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics and Prison Policy Initiative, black drivers were 3 times more likely than white drivers to be searched or arrested in a traffic stop. Glover himself making history as the first African-American person to lead DPS. What does that mean to you personally? There is that opportunity for somebody of color to be able to ascend to a position like this. It opens doors and it creates pathways for individuals that did not even think that this was a career option for them. Sort of like myself, many years ago in the 90s, I didn't think about this as a career path. Looking back, if I had saw somebody, in a position like this and saw them out in the community, it would have probably been a little bit more at the forefront of my mind as looking at this as an option. In December, Colonel Glover even won this award from the Arizona NAACP for his work in the community. He said this award belongs to every officer, community partner, and advocate who believes that trust, equity, and collaboration are the foundation of public safety. Together, we are proving that law enforcement and civil rights organization can and must work shoulder to shoulder and build safer, stronger communities for all Arizonans. That's a direct quote from you. Yes. Do you think you're accomplishing that right now? And if so, how are you doing that? I think it's always a work in progress. Anytime that you're talking about, the trust of community members and policing, that will always be a work in progress where we have to earn that trust. It's a good mantra to have. Now, Colonel Glover is also currently the president of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, or NOBLE for short. And if you missed any of my stories this week with Colonel Glover, you can head to the main page of abc15.com, I should say, over the last several weeks. Yeah,
a lot of insight given about what drivers are experiencing out there on the roadways, what they're dealing with as a department, and then now hearing him a little bit more about his background. Very interesting stuff, Nick. Thank you.
Well, Megan, this is something you cover every single day as part of our ABC 15 Operation Safe Roads team, and also in your daily traffic reporting, interacting with DPS. But it has been fascinating to kind of peel the curtain back a little bit and see what goes into some of these decisions.